Now here in this session we will discuss about on the basis of the supply or availability of moisture and water, the types or the methods of agricultural practices can be further classified into dry farming, humid farming and irrigated farming. Okay, so all of you just note down all these things, and you see besides writing all these points you have to mention more. Yes, so I have given only the outlines of these things, only I have given the definitions only to understand more and more precisely. Yes, in the exam perspective, according to the marks you have to elaborate more. So all of you just try to write down all the answers. Okay. So now you say, now first of all is what? Dry farming. As the word itself is what? Dry farming means what? It's a type of the farming that are quite practiced in dry areas. Yes. So here I have written it is practiced where rainfall is less than 50 centimeter and irrigation is nearly impossible. Now I remind it. Yes, don't be confused. In dry type of farming, irrigation is quite impossible. Why? Because the average rainfall is less than 50 centimeter. Yes, and for the irrigation purpose we need at least we need some kind of rainfall so that the nearby reservoirs, the nearby ponds or the nearby water bodies can be filled up with water at some season or at some particular time, so that from that water we can do the irrigation practice. So here in dry type of farming, irrigation is quite impossible. Now this method is carried out by terracing land and dividing it into compartments so that rainwater can move under controlled condition. It's very important. Now you see, this method is carried out by terracing land. Now you see, terracing means what? I think you have heard about the terrace cultivation, isn't it? You have got in your lower classes also. Terrace cultivation means what? Terrace means when the cultivator will cut the piece of the land into some kind of terrace. Yes, or it can be said in some kind of state, isn't it? In some kind of terrace and dividing it into compartments. Yes, it will divide into one compartment and to two like that, isn't it? So here whatever we see in our surrounding, it is quite a very plain area of the field, isn't it? Plain area of the farm. Yes, where we do our cultivation. But in this dry type of farming, the cultivator used to cut down, it used to divide the entire land into some compartments. Yes, and it is known as what? Terracing. And so that rainwater humid type of climate is often practiced in areas where the average annual rainfall is 200 centimeter or it will exceed 200 centimeter. Yes, and in such type of areas, this humid type of cultivation or method is practiced, and it is practiced in low-lying flood-prone areas where land is still with cattle. Yes, that means halba bopare, isn't it? So it is humid type of farming can be said where nearby this method can be practiced where in the flood-prone areas, in the river valley areas, and where the average annual rainfall is quite high. Yes, and the main crops cultivated in this type of farming are, you see, this rice, tea, etc. Isn't it? So you can say that because for this cultivation of rice and tea, enormous amount of rainfall is quite needed. At the same time, the temperature also. So the base example, the states that practice this type of farming is what? Assam, West Bengal, Odisha, Tripura, etc. So these states of India practice this humid type of farming. And next we will proceed to irrigated type of farming. So this irrigated farming is practiced in areas where rainfall is seasonal and the amount of rainfall is low. Yes. So in this type of practice or in this type of method, the people or the cultivator used to practice the areas where the amount of rainfall is seasonal and low. Remind me, okay? Don't be confused in between this one, dry and irrigated. Here, an average annual rainfall is less than 50 centimeter. But in irrigated type of farming, where the rainfall is low, but it's quite not very scanty. It's quite seasonal. On a particular season, the rainfall will occur, but it will become less than 200 centimeter or less than 180 centimeter. Yes, average annual rainfall. Now, this type of farming usually, it can be done with the help of irrigation process. Irrigation process means what? Artificial supply of water in the cultivation for the cultivation purpose. Yes, artificial supply of water with some kind of pumps. With I think you have noticed also. Yes, I think many of this in Assam also we can see for the productions of some kind of particular crops, and when the rainfall is quite low, the people of the Assam also use some kind of irrigation practice. Yes, irrigation methods. And while in tea gardens also some kind of some kind of very that is known as the rolling fountain. It's just like that of the fountain. Okay, when the water will come up, but it is quite such a roller. Yes, it will move on the circle wise at the time of the winter, because the tea also it needs a enormous amount of rainfall, and due to less amount of rainfall, the tea shrubs, the tea bushes can be died out. So what the authority used to do, they used to adopt the irrigation method, and they use some kind of roller fountain there. Okay, so this artificial supply of water is quite needed, and when it is possible if there will be some kind of seasonal rainfall, and there will be some kind of large reservoirs to preserve that rainfall, some kind of pond, so that in the process of irrigation, the people can get the water very easily from the nearby ponds or the nearby reservoirs. Is it clear? Or some kind of tanks. Now, as yes, already I have written, irrigation is highly used to cultivate crops such as wheat, sugarcane, etc. Now, in India, some the parts of UP or Uttar Pradesh, Punjab, Haryana use this practice. Okay, so in India, the parts of Haryana, the parts of Punjab, UP or West Bengal, some parts of Gujarat also, it practice this type of irrigation method for the the cultivation or for the growing of crops. Okay, so basically in Gujarat areas they have some kind of semi-arid type of climate, and some very this a large amount of cultivation can't be seen in that Gujarat area, because it is quite semi-arid type of climate, and very frequently we can see the irrigation method in 180 centimeter, sometimes less than 150 centimeter also. But with the help of irrigation purpose, because these parts experience seasonal rainfall, and with some kind of very modern scientific methods, they used to preserve the water, isn't it? This is also known as what? Rainwater harvesting or rainwater management. Yes, that means for complete management of the rainwater. Yes, and in the gradual passage of time and later on, what they used to do, they will use that water that conserve that rainwater, that preserved rainwater for the cultivation purpose with the help of irrigation method. Is it clear now? So I think you have understood these things. So here now in session 4, what we learned, what we have discussed on the basis of supply of moisture and water, the method of agriculture can be further classified into dry farming, humid farming, and irrigated farming. Is it clear? So if the question may come, suppose distinguish between or distinguish among this the methods of agriculture on the basis of land holding, on the basis of supply of moisture and water, I think it will be much more easy for you now to write down all the answers. Is it clear now? Okay. So now we have come to the end of this section, as in our next session I shall give you the other remaining points. Okay, or suppose on the basis of the volume of the productivity and the this market, and on the basis of the cropping season also, there are what kharif crops are there, rabi crops are there, what are these crops, and in this type of farming, what type of crops are I produced, or we will discuss in our next coming sessions. Okay, so I think this much is quite enough for this session, and all of you again, I just want to say, all of you, each and everyone, just noting down these things very properly in your notebooks. Okay, so thank you so much.